Let's begin today's Vanguard news with preparing to use your pointy pencils in astrology classes. Bushiroad hands out the new Lyrical Monasteria card accessories. After having her sixth finger removed, Michu in particular gets special treatment by having her pet fish also be featured on her deck box and playmat. Just when you thought Bushiroad was done making random Dragon Empire right lines that don't interest you like Zedlands because it doesn't look cool or has any waifus, they try with a new one in DZBT03. Divine Blaze Inryui is your typical D-series starter that hopped on the iDragon bandwagon that Yu-Gi-Oh has been riding for 25 years. Divine Blaze is sinful when ridden over by flame-severing Dragon Baldress. Lets you pay 1 Soul Blast to reveal up to 2 cards with different grades from the top 7 cards of your deck. Then add a grade 3 card from among them to your hand and put the rest into your soul. Notice that this lets you add any grade 3 card, meaning you can potentially add a Regalis piece with this card's ability. Flame-severing Dragon Baldress when ridden over by a grade 3 Cotty Blaze card makes you draw a card then call up to 1 grade 3 card from your hand. You discard a card instead if you did not call with this ability. And while on rear guard, it gets 5k power if you have a grade 3 or higher Cotty Blaze Vanguard. Fun fact, you can refuse to call a grade 3 card to discard another ride deck cycle card on top of the one you used for riding it from your ride deck in order to draw up to 3 cards, because these all resolve during the ride phase. No wonder the card looks as though it's flipping you off. Fiery Emulation Dragon Cotty Blaze once per turn while on Vanguard lets you pay 1 counter blast to reveal up to 2 grade 3 or lower cards with a different name than this card from the top 5 cards of your deck. Then call up to 1 of them to rear guard and putting the rest into your soul. And while on Vanguard at the end of the battle this unit attacked, either pay 2 Soul Blast to stand 1 of your rear guards for each card Soul Blasted with the same name as the card used for the cost, and that unit gets 5k power, or pay 2 Soul Blast with the same name as this unit and discarding a card to stand itself and gets 5k power but loses 1 drive check. As a Thegria main, this card pisses me off on how easy it is to switch between restanding your Vanguard or 2 rear guards. On the other hand, this requires specific cards to be in your soul that you're going to need to run multiple copies of a card on top of needing a card that helps you soul charge. This is feeling less Overlord and more Greedon. Firepole Emperor Dajaru once per turn while on rear guard lets you rest himself if you have a grade 3 or higher Cotty Blaze Vanguard to put a normal unit that isn't a sentinel to the bottom of your deck from your drop zone. Then give 5k power to a unit with the same name as the card returned by this card's cost. And while on rear guard, you can put himself into your soul when your grade 3 or higher Cotty Blaze Vanguard is attacked to give your Vanguard 15k power for that battle. The fact that you can loop multiple copies of this card back to your deck and working as a 15k shield seems a mechanic waiting to be abused. Dragrita Jatan when placed on rear guard lets you pay 1 counter blast if you have a grade 3 or higher Cotty Blaze Vanguard to retire 1 of your opponent's rear guards. Then you pay 1 discard to retire another of your opponent's rear guards. And when he's retired from rear guard or guardian circle, you can put himself into your soul if you have a grade 3 or higher Cotty Blaze Vanguard. This card is like the blaster blade of the entire deck, where it does something unrelated to the entire deck's strategy and only serves as a form of removal. Ember Breath Dragon while on rear guard during your turn gets 5k power if you have a grade 3 or higher Cotty Blaze Vanguard. And once per turn while on rear guard, you can pay 1 counter blast if you have a grade 3 or higher Cotty Blaze Vanguard to call up to 1 grade 2 or lower normal unit from the top 3 cards of your deck. Add it to your hand instead if it's not. Then put itself into your soul at the end of that turn. Keta Sanctuary Cult, they want Knight of Rendering Flash Kai Bear's long lost dragon back. Flame Kick Barks a Tyran while on rear guard gets 5k power when he attacks if you have a grade 3 or higher Cotty Blaze Vanguard. And while on rear guard, you reveal a grade 3 Cotty Blaze card from your eye deck at the end of the battle he attacked. Then you can put himself into your soul if you revealed or have a grade 3 or higher Cotty Blaze Vanguard to draw a card. This feels as though it's overcomplicating things just so you can use his ability as early as your grade to ride turn. Expect more support cards will follow this style of ability in the future. DZBT03 will be introducing a new rarity called Rare Plus because reprint rarity was too intimidating for players. This new rarity will take up 10 rare and 5 common slots of a booster set. And there will be at least 2 rare plus per box, which will consist of effect trigger reprints in case you forgot that triple drive booster existed. Finally, because you weren't sold on playing Cotty Blaze just on the cards in DZBT03 alone, Bushiroad decided to also reveal a new promo card on the same day. Blazing Warcry is a normal order card that when played, lets you reveal up to 1 card from the top 7 cards of your deck. Then either put the revealed card into your soul, add it to your hand, if the revealed card has the same name as your Vanguard, or call it to rear guard, if your rear guard or soul has a grade 2 or lower unit card with the same name as the revealed card. So it can either fix your soul for decks like Overlord, searches out your persona ride or stride fodder, or just gives you a rear guard clone. Why the hell did Bushiroad make this generic? This is now considered a staple card in 99% of all Dragon Empire decks. Like using a set of these is like making your deck go back to 46 cards. And that concludes this Vanguard news without the bullshit. Special thanks to my Patreon members for continuing to support my content creation. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments if Overlord and Vugamains are about to commit a civil war in the nation.